Welcome to Bracket Bubble. I am live here on YouTube. Gonzaga versus St. Mary, a big WAC West Coast Conference Tournament Championship tonight. Gonzaga is our number 2 right now, going to get number 1, St. Mary on ESPN tonight at 8. It's going to be a really big game, and I can't wait to watch that game tonight. Championship. So, yeah, like I said earlier, welcome to Bracket Bubble. I'm going to break down all of the conference championship games, the Power 6, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big East, the SEC, all of the big conferences. Even the WAC championship game is tonight. I know they're not Power 6, but it is a big game because it's 2 top-ranked teams. There is actually an ACC game going on right now. I'll get to that in just a minute. And also throughout the show, it will be at the bottom of the screen so you can see score updates for it. But anyway, I got a big show planned for you, going over every single conference game in the Pac 6. Didn't I say that already? Yeah, sorry. I'm live, and I am going off script now. Time to jump into our big graphics. Alright. Georgia Tech, Florida State. Number 13 versus number 12. Keep in mind, these rankings are based on the conference rankings. ACC Tournament kicking off. It's actually live right now. Let's go to it. Actually, no, that's not the score right now. It actually's gotten an update now. Yeah, ignore the bottom one. It's also wrong. Yeah, it's 12-19 now. I'm keeping a very close eye on it. And let me get that up, the bottom one updated real quick. Yep. Alright, yep, there's the score. I'm going to continuing it. Well, it's gonna be a live score, but it might be a little delayed because I gotta remember to update it when commercials roll around. When it's at commercials, I will go to it. But anyway, yeah, Georgia Tech, Florida State. Actually, there's a key player on Florida State that actually recently just got injured. He hurt his ankle. He was able to put a little power on it, not much, but I think he's gonna be okay. Okay, but it is the end of the season, so I would probably likely rule him out the rest of the game. And if Florida State wins this game, he's probably out the next game too. But we'll see if they win. If Florida State wins in the second tomorrow, if they win today and they win tomorrow, he could be back. I don't know, but I'm not a medical profession. But based on what I've seen, injury-wise, and what kind of injury that was, I don't think he's going to be out that long, but it is an ankle injury. But he was putting a little power on it, which tells me that he's going to be okay. I'll get to this game later on again. There'll be updates rolling around on the bottom. So today in the ACC, we've got some big games for you. Well, they're all kind of big games because it's win or go home. So, yep. Georgia Tech, Florida State, again, that game is going on right now. It is 12-19. Let me update this one too. Why do so many of my graphics not updated? I actually originally planned on doing this show before all the games started, and I was like, I think it'd be better to talk about these games as they're going on, or as the first one is going on, to give you a heads up. And likely, there's about, I'd say, 8 minutes left of the first half, so it'll be at halftime pretty soon, and I will have that. I think that's what my goal is, to try and get this show started. I'll start the show all this week. My main goal is to start at 1:30, but I want to try to see if I get it started at halftime, right before halftime, so I don't have to continuing update the scores, because I don't have that kind of technology for it to auto-update for me yet. I might get there eventually, It might take me a year or two to get to auto update for me, but now I have to manually do the score. 3 o'clock or 3:30 or after 20 or 30 minutes after the Georgia Tech Florida State game, we got Louisville and Boston College. And if I were to pick a winner for that game, I would pick on Boston College. Now, I know the game's already started, but I already had my pick in for the Georgia Tech and Florida State game. Who am I gonna pick? Well, let me bring it up. Nope, here's my... It's the New York City ACC Tournament first round. Who am I going to pick to win this game? Georgia Tech, Florida State. I got Georgia Tech winning this game. Any surprises? Probably not. But, yeah. I pick Georgia Tech to win this game, and it's not looking too good for me at the moment. Alright, moving on to the next ACC games. Later on tonight, we got Notre Dame versus Virginia Tech. Now, this is going to be a big, important game to keep an eye on, because Notre Dame, it's been a while since they've been this low in the ACC tournament. It's been a while. So, I'm looking forward to see this game. Virginia Tech is the better seed, and I'm actually picking Notre Dame to pull off the upset here. Let's look at the full bracket for the ACC tournament. Heading into tomorrow after today's games, we got Wake Forest and Syracuse. That's going to be a huge game because both those two teams are right on the line for entering the AP rankings. So I'm not saying that they win; they're ranked, but they're right on the line. I mean, I gotta say, they're good enough to be ranked if they go far in the ACC tournament. Pitt is playing the winner of the going-on game right now, and I just got a, let me update the score for you real quick. It is 12-21 now, so Florida State got a point. Anyway, yeah, back to the game, and then Pitt is playing the winner of the game going on right now. North Carolina is playing the winner, 10 versus 15. So that would be the Louisville and Boston College team. So I'm very likely going to say Boston College is going to win that one. I think North Carolina is going to beat Boston College. So I'll move North Carolina over. And obviously, I don't have the full quarter bracket in. There's actually 4 games, but I don't have a bracket, I say graphic that said, like, what college is. So it's really built for, like, March Madness and normal bracket that generally fit for college, so you'll see it looks weird. But there are 2 other games in quarterfinals you'll see moving on. But yeah, Miami, you can see over there, is playing the winner of Wake Forest and Syracuse, and Duke is playing the winner in the Pittsburgh game versus Georgia Tech and Florida State. You can see down there at the bottom, we got number 11 and Notre Dame versus number 14. I forgot them again. Hold on. Virginia Tech, that's right. Virginia Tech, it gets one of those. The winner of that game tonight will play number 6 NC State tomorrow. I think I got NC State moving on again. I'll make my picks tomorrow. I'll go more about this, and I'll come back to the ACC in a minute. Let me update these scores real quick. So I want to make sure that the score is up to date as possible. Anyway, let's jump to the Big 12. What does the Big 12 have for us tomorrow? The Big 12, actually the ACC is the only Power 6 conference going on right now. All the others start tomorrow. So what the Big 12 has for us tomorrow on ESPNU, we got number 9, Texas Tech gets number 8, West Virginia. That's going to be a really important game. And then later on after the game conclusion, we got number 10, Oklahoma versus number 7, Oklahoma State. That is going to be a really big game. Bedlam, because these 4 teams right now have had their ups and downs this year. And based on what I saw this year, all 4 of these teams, I'm pretty sure, need a spot in March Madness, needs a spot in the dance. I think all 10 of the Big 12 is good enough to make March Madness. I think that, I really think that, I feel that all 10 should be in the dance, but in reality, I think we only have like 2 open spots left for the Big 12. For that, I really feel like they can make it. Or maybe we just get 1. Texas Tech, West Virginia. I think the winner of that game is in. Oklahoma State. The winner of this game would need to win their next game in a tournament if they want a spot in the dance. But for Oklahoma, they might have to win not just this game, not the next game, but the next game if they want a spot in the dance. So yeah, Oklahoma's got some work to do. Oklahoma State, they still got work to do. But it's a little less work than with Oklahoma. Texas Tech, West Virginia, I think they are in if they win tomorrow. Let's look at the full Big 12 bracket here. So we got Thursday, number 5, Iowa State versus number 4, Baylor. Got to be a really big game. Iowa State's not ranked anymore. They were ranked majority of the year, but they just out of the rankings just the past couple weeks. Baylor's still ranked. They're looking real good. Considering Baylor in the top 10 AP poll, Iowa State 1 spot below Baylor in the Big 12 standing, and they're not ranked. Sorry. I guess I'm a little tired. Anyway, yeah. Tells me that that's how competitive the Big 12 is right now. Kansas will be playing the winner of Texas Tech versus West Virginia. Yeah. Honestly, the Big 12 is so competitive that any of the 10 teams can make the championship, but I don't think anyone's going to beat Kansas. Number 7 versus 10, which would be Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, it will likely play Texas. Honestly, I think Texas will lose. I'll go more about this Thursday when we'll see the final results tomorrow for these games. But I honestly think that Texas is going to lose. I honestly think that Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, either one of the Oklahoma teams, could beat Texas Thursday. And then a good one, a rematch, a really big rematch if you're a big football fan. I love these ones. But TCU, they have fallen apart at the end of the year, but I think they're going to climb back up. They had a really good win to Texas, and lost to Oklahoma in their next game, but I think they're going to climb back up there. Kansas State has pulled off some big upsets this year, but they've also lost some big upsets. Yeah. Alright, moving on to the Big East. What the Big East got for us tomorrow? Well, we got Butler and St. John. That's going to be a big game. That's going to be an important one because I'm keeping an eye on St. John's. I think St. John's, possibly, based on how they played the top teams in the Big East, I think they have a not a good chance, but a chance if they win that game against Butler. And I think they could. I think they could win and win the next game. DePaul and Seton Hall is the next game that night. And, yeah, I definitely got Seton Hall winning that. Totally, 100%. And Georgetown is playing Vanderbilt. Oh, there goes the logo. it loaded this time. I was like, did I forget to add it? It will be tomorrow night at 7. Georgetown used to be a really good basketball team. They used to be really high up in March Madness. A good seed. They're 7-24. Yeah, they're at the bottom of the Big East. Villanova used to be up there, just like Georgetown. They're not as bad as Georgetown, but still, they need to get better. I think they'll likely win this game. And yeah, just keep an eye. Here's a little update on the Georgia Tech and Florida State game. Another Florida State player down with an injury. And, I better update the score for you. Not much has changed, just a couple of points scored because it was mostly on a commercial. The last update did. But, yeah, here is the full Big East bracket. You got, Mark Hughes playing the winner of, hold on, my screen's messed up. Why are you doing this to me? Yeah, Mark Hughes is playing the winner of, Butler and St. John's. Yeah, I don't think any of them. I think if St. John's wins that game, if St. John's beats Butler and beats Marquise, which I think they can, they're in. Providence, UConn. Another big game to pay very close attention to because they're both ranked in the AP poll. They're top in the Big. They're one of the top teams in the Big East. It's going to be an important one too. And Xavier playing the winner of DePaul and Seton Hall. That's going to be a big game. Actually, I really don't. I mean, it's Seton. I think I got Seton Hall winning, but I think Xavier's going to blow them out of the water. Whoever they got. I actually Mark Hughes is a good team, but they've had their ups and downs this year. I really think that. I agree. Mark Hughes is one of the best teams in the Big East. But they're one of those teams where, depending on who they're playing, their opponent, some opponents, they might be good. Some opponents, they won't. That's just how their season has gone. And they've had, based on their record, they've only had 6 bad games. That's not bad at all. And number 3, Creighton is playing the winner of Georgetown. Easy win for them. And if Georgetown wins that game, I don't see. Villanova, I think, will likely win. So I'm predicting right now we'll see Creighton and Villanova. Ooh, that's going to be a classic Big East rivalry game. And I actually think that Villanova might win that game. In case you've been wondering, I've been not really hating on Creighton. I think that they've been overrated. They've been ranked majority of the season, and every time I call that they're gonna lose this game, they lose, and yet they still seem great. It took them until last week for AP to finally take them out. In my rankings, I didn't release one this week, but I don't even think I even had Creighton in my rankings at all this season. Moving on to the Big Ten. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really good tournament. We got Ohio State versus Wisconsin tomorrow. That's going to be a good one. And then Minnesota versus Nebraska. I don't think that's going to be a big one. But Ohio State, Wisconsin, that's going to be a good one to watch because those two teams are on the bubble right now. And this show's all about the bubble watch. So I'm trying to keep you updated on the bubble teams. And then on Thursday, we got Rutgers versus Michigan. Both those two teams, I think, are likely in the tournament. And again, Iowa plays the winner of Ohio State, Wisconsin. If I were to go right now, I have Wisconsin winning. I mean, I have Ohio State beating Wisconsin, and I have Ohio State beating Iowa. That's just my prediction. We'll find out tomorrow what it's going to be. But Pitt State, Illinois. That's going to be a really big game. Both those two teams are in the dance. And then Maryland is playing Minnesota and Nebraska. I think Maryland can beat any one of those two teams. So I got Maryland versus Michigan State. And I have Ohio State versus Purdue. And I have Purdue beating Ohio State. And I'm going to go with Maryland beat Michigan State. I think Maryland can win. So that means I got Purdue and Maryland in the Big Ten Championship. And I got Maryland winning the Big Ten. Yeah, that's my Big Ten prediction. Right there, right now. All right. Look at the Pac-12 for tomorrow. We've got a good one. Colorado versus Washington. I'm not really a big hype on that one. California, Washington State. Once again, I got Washington. California's only won 3 games this year. So, Washington State, easy win for me. Washington State is playing Oregon. And I honestly think that Oregon can easily beat Washington State. So I got Oregon moving on. Who is UCLA playing against? Well, Colorado or Washington. I honestly think that's a tough one for me. I got Colorado winning. And UCLA could beat either one of those teams. So I really don't care. I know that UCLA is moving on. Again, this is one of those weird brackets where I can't fit the rest of the bracket in because there's actually 4 games in the quarterfinals on that Thursday, but I can't fit them all in this graphic. Yeah, but when it gets to, after most of these games complete, I'll have it all fixed and sorted out. I just don't have the time to create graphics specifically for each conference. That's a lot of work. Stanford and Utah. That's going to be a really important game. Both those 2 teams, I think, are on the bubble right now. Actually, no. Stanford's not on the bubble. Utah is on the bubble. Sorry. Yeah, if Utah wins this game, I got to say they are in. Another team that's on the bubble is Arizona State. I think that they are in right now. But if they lose to Oregon State, I think they're going to be one of the last 4 teams out. I'll get to my bubble teams here a bit once I go through all of the conferences, but let's look at the SEC. What are the big games tomorrow? Well, Ole Miss and South Carolina, both those 2 teams are out. They're 11-20. Whoever they're playing against, I'll get to that in just a little bit. But, yeah, they're definitely going to... The winner of that game definitely going to lose the next round. LSU and Georgia. I'm going to say this. No matter who wins that game, it's losing the next round. So, who are they going to be playing? Well, Ole Miss, South Carolina will be playing Tennessee. Tennessee has had their ups and downs, but I think Tennessee will win and move on. And Tennessee will be playing. I got Tennessee playing Missouri, and then once again, this is one of those conference brackets where I can't fit the whole bracket in here. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have enough time to build one specifically for these conferences. And the first game on Thursday that I kind of skipped, Mississippi State is on the bubble right now, and against number 8 Florida. They're likely not in unless they win the SEC. I got Mississippi State winning that game. Not. Florida State is going to win that game. I'm going to have my more predictions on that tomorrow, or actually Thursday. You'll have my big prediction on that. And Arkansas and Auburn. That's going to be a big game. Both those 2 teams are on the bubble. Auburn wins, I got to say they're in. If Arkansas wins, I think they enter one of the last 4 teams in. If Arkansas wins another game, I think they are in the first 4. Now, Vanderbilt will be playing the winner of LSU and Georgia. I think Vanderbilt can beat either one of those, but I could be wrong. And Vanderbilt is a bubble team. If Vanderbilt wins this game, I think they're going to enter one of the first 4 just out. They win the next game, I think that they are in. but that's just me. Those are all the conferences. Let's take a look at the bracket bubble. Who's in, who's out, who's on the bubble. So, according to ESPN, these are the last 4 teams in right now. Mississippi State, Utah State, Rutgers, and Nevada. Those are the 4 teams in right now. And then who are the last 4 teams out? That'll be Oklahoma State, Wisconsin, Arizona State, and North Carolina. Wow. A lot of work for those 8 teams to do. That's all my graphics, but that's not the end of my show. Why? Because I'm going off the chain. It's time for me to talk about the live game going on right now. Oh, wait, hold on. Wrong graphic, sorry. Georgia Tech, Florida State, ACC Tournament. Ignore this score because it is not right. Hold on. I haven't even looked at it. I've been so focused on the show, I haven't even looked at the game in a while. So it's 21-31. Florida State is up. 21-31, right? Yeah, 21-31. Sorry, I'm trying to get this in. All right, there's your halftime score right there. Hold on. Let me update the bottom one. This is why I got background music. Give me just a second. I'm trying not to give you dead air. Alright, there we go. Alright, Georgia Tech, Florida State. Florida State was trailing, Florida State led a majority of the game. Georgia Tech was the team that I picked to win this game. And, I gotta say, come on, Georgia Tech! You're letting me down! Come on! I need you to come back into this game. I picked Georgia Tech to win this game. I need you to come back into this. Oh, so frustrating. But they're only down 10. I know they can get back into this. I don't know how, but I know they can. It's only halftime, though. And, actually, that was perfect timing because I finished my scripture part of the show. And now I can actually start talking about all the live games. Obviously, this is the only live game on right now. But, this is around this time throughout this week. This is pretty much my rundown of what my plan is. I'll go through each and every conferences, all the games. Once I'm all done with all that, I'm going off the script. I'm jumping into any game I want to, whatever game I want to talk about. So that's basically how my week's gonna go too. Obviously, this is the only game, or only big game on right now, but throughout the week, I'll jump into some other big games. This game's not even close right now, but yeah, if it was closer, I'd probably have more to talk about, and if I was paying more attention to it, because I was really busy getting this show done and making it good for you. As you can tell, I haven't updated the score in a while, but yeah, that is the live score. It's at halftime. There are 2 key injuries for Florida State. I know one went to the locker room. I wasn't paying that close attention to the second one, if he went to the locker room, or how serious both those are. Yeah. There we have it. That's the day we're going to have. And I don't really have much to talk about. I guess I could talk about the other big game tonight, which is in the WAC conference. Yeah. Gonzaga versus St. Mary. Number 2 versus number 1. This is going to be a big one. 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN. Yeah, it's on an ESPN network. Gotta be a big one. Can't wait to see this. If I were to pick the first time both these 2 teams met, I predicted St. Mary was gonna win it. They did. Second time both these 2 teams met, I picked Gonzaga was gonna win. They did. I've been undefeated in picking the winner of this series. So, Who am I going to pick to win this game? I don't even have a graphic for who I picked to win this game yet. I probably should have created one. I just thought of it. If I were to pick a winner for this game, since I am undefeated, I probably will likely get it wrong. But I got to say, I'm mainly pick the underdog in this series. And I really like picking the underdog, especially this year. You could tell that most of the times where I did pick the underdog in any game on American Game Day, I have gotten right. Gonzaga, they're number 2. They are the underdog in the ACC, but they are in the higher seed in AP. So does that make them the underdog? And St. Mary, designated home team. Gonzaga, designated road team, so technically I guess you'd say that they are on the road and the underdog. They're both kind of neutral sides, so they're both on the road. West Conference Finals. Who's going to get the higher seed? Well, here's the question now, is if St. Mary wins this game, will St. Mary have a higher seed in the March Madness? Oh, I see a question for you right there. I don't think so. Should they? I think they should. I think whoever wins this game deserves a higher seed since this is the conference championship game. And whoever wins this game needs to be in a higher seed in March Madness in the dance. 100%. But it's not going to be that way for St. Mary. I honestly think no matter what happens, Gonzaga will be the higher seed in March Madness. And very likely in the AP rankings too. Now, or they could. I think it would be better if St. Mary wins this game, put them at the both same seed. Maybe I think they both deserve a 3 or a 4 seed. Put them both there. Gonzaga wins, put Gonzaga at maybe a 3 seed or a 4 seed. St. Mary, a 5 seed. And 1 seed lower. Anyway, if I were to pick a winner of this game, I'm picking Gonzaga. I honestly do not think that they're going to lose to St. Mary twice in 1 year. I think Gonzaga's going to come in, they're going to have a game plan, and become the true 1 seed that they were predicted in the West Coast Conference. Alright, and one real quick update before I head out. Georgia Tech, Florida State, the active light game going on right now, 21-31 at halftime. Second half is just about, I think about maybe 5 minutes away, less than 5 minutes from the second half starting. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show. It's just now 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And end the show, and you enjoy the second half. So thanks for watching Bracket Bubble. I hope you enjoy the show as much as I do. And I will see you tomorrow with a big day. A lot of games in action. See you tomorrow.